everybody, it's Sam from Kavee, and today it's battle time. With so many different bedding types to choose from, and you're gonna have like so many questions that go around it. What's best for my cage? What's best for my guinea pigs? Which one do I trust? Which one is safe? Which one is good for the environment? Which one? There's so many to choose from. We're gonna fight and see which one's best, because there can only be one winner. Stop the video. There's a warning. Whatever bedding you go for, whichever one you decide that is right for your guinea pig or whatever, the most important thing is that you ensure that it's clean and it's not damp, and that literally the safety of your guinea pigs is the most important thing. Because as you know, leaving your guinea pig in damp or dirty conditions can cause so many health issues, like respiratory issues. It can get infections. There's so many things that could go wrong, especially when it comes to guinea pig feet. They're little foot pads that they have. The last thing you want to do is get them infected, which could turn into bumblefoot. So whatever you do, whatever bedding you go for, whatever cage you have, just make sure it is clean, not dirty, and that you're cleaning it as much as you can. Hello, it's Editor Sam. I just thought I'd really quickly come back in because I've actually forgotten something that's quite important, and that's just quickly going through the bedding type or the cage arrangements that are not actually good for your guinea pigs. So I just thought I'd really quickly list them off. Yeah. So the ones that are particularly bad for guinea pig feet, health, conditions, issues, anything, we have wire and mesh flooring, newspaper or puppy training pads, silica gel. Yes, I actually have to say that. Do not put silica gel in your cage. Or clumping cat litter, wood shavings that aren't dust extracted. I will go into more detail about that later on. We have sawdust and straw. So each of these things have either something that will upset the feet of guinea pigs and make them inflamed and could lead on to an infection. There could be sharp things in there that aren't necessarily guinea pig safe, so you could bump into things, they could get more infections from that. Sawdust is too fine, it's got quite a fine dust that it will cause respiratory issues. Newspaper and puppy training pads are quite not very absorbent, so they retain the water without actually getting it off the top layer. So walking across could be damp, which could then lead to dirt, which could then lead to mold and all that jazz. So those are the ones that you are going to avoid having in your cage, around your cage. And now we're going to get on to the battle. Sorry, take it away, other Sam. So the safest bedding for your guinea pigs are the ones that literally have on the packaging, good for guinea pigs. You know, if it doesn't say it, don't trust it. And that's your Sam tip of the day. So Sam, let's meet the competitors, don't you think? So what different types of guinea pig bedding are there? More importantly, which ones are we using to compete with each other today? Number one, we have the Fleece Liners. They're safe, they're warm, they're cozy, and they're eco-friendly. So they're reusable, you can wash them. All you gotta do is bung it in the washing machine, give it a wash, put it back in the cage, shkablang. The top layer stays dry whilst it absorbs the moisture down, so it always kind of multi-layered components that this way it will always stay dry, so your guinea pigs won't, feel the damp, feel the moisture, feel this, feel that. It will just soak down into it. They don't sell them in high street shops, but you can get them online. Kavee sell them worldwide. Number two, we have wood shavings. Wood shavings are really widely used. You can get them in pet shops, you can get them online, you can get them on the high street. So if you do use wood shavings, making sure that you know that they're dust extracted and that they've also been kiln dried. Aspen is the good one to use. Aspen is the best shavings to use. If you have pine or cedar, I would avoid, because they usually have added chemicals in them. So just aspen. Number three, we have paper bedding. Increasingly being used a bit more. Paper bedding can be found on the high street, can be found in stores, can be found online. So it's a lot easier to kind of get if you're just nipping down the high street and you're like, paper bedding. Same with wood shavings actually. Some companies use reclaimed paper or recycled paper, which is better for the environment, of course, but some companies do actually manufacture paper just to be used as waste, which is obviously very bad for the environment. Some waste does contain inks, dyes and sometimes some added chemicals in there, so you just want to be really careful with what you're buying from. But a lot of the time, if it's recycled or reclaimed paper, you're all good to go. Litter pellets comes in at number 4. I've tried so many times to like explain this, so I'm just going to have to read it. I'm really sorry because I just get tongue-tied. Litter pellets are constructed from hard paper or wood pulp based pellets. Thank you. They are really absorbent when they're wet, but when they're dry they can be quite hard on the balls of your guinea pig's feet. And this particular bedding can actually work out to be quite expensive. So this actual battle is based on a 4x2 C&C Kavee cage, and it's also the bedding that you'll be needing for 1 year. It's also worth mentioning that the shavings, the pellets and the paper bedding, it's also based on the fact if you change your bedding weekly. So if you don't change your bedding weekly, what are you doing? You should be. We say at least once a week, so this is what we're based our calculations on. And we're also going to take into factor that fleece liners you have to use the washing machine for. So we've got the average cost of using a wash for that as well. So we have taken a lot of factors into play here. The difference being with fleece liners is that we recommend washing them twice a week. So we have the paper pellets, the wood shavings, paper bedding, pellets and wood shavings are being used once a week, and Kavee fleece liners are being changed twice a week. So we've taken it all into play. It's a fair game. Don't at me. The average wash cycle of a washing machine here in the UK is about 23p. Is it 23 or 24? So washing your fleece liners twice a week will come up to £24.44 a year. So we've taken that into consideration as well as changing them weekly. So let the battle begin, folks. We have a total of 4 rounds that our 4 competitors are going to battle against, and that is cost, environment, the health and well-being of your guinea pig, and storage. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our print screen on our blog and on our article where this video is based from. So on here you can literally see how much it costs to own 4, well if you have all 4 that'd be very expensive, but if you have one of them then you can see kind of how it roughly costs the quantity of bedding required for 1 year. So with fleece liners, it's also worth mentioning, I know I said about changing the fleece liners at least twice a week, but so you would need 2 fleece liners for it. Lucky for you, Kavee has a bundle sale. So, as you can see, round 1 goes to fleece liners for being the cheapest, with pellets in very last place for being the most expensive. Moving on to round 2. Ding. What is the environmental impact of my bedding? Are you conscious of the environment? Well, if you're using paper bedding, wood shavings, or litter pellets, you are wasting 52 bags a year. Most guinea pig owners don't have the facilities to compost the waste more effectively, so a lot of the time it ends up in landfill. In comparison to fleece liners, where you can literally reuse them for any number of years. Another environmental issue that we can put into play here is that wood shavings or paper bedding is often processed before it's safe to use. So even if the material is recycled or reclaimed, a huge amount of water is needed, and then there's a drying process in the kiln which is then used at high temperatures, which uses fuel, which uses energy. So, shipping and transporting is another factor into this one. Take into consideration the fossil fuels that are needed to transport the things that you require. And I don't want people to be like, Sam, you're saying all these horrible things about wood shavings and paper bedding and litter pellets. Fleece also has an environmental impact, don't get me wrong, but this one can be minimalised. So some guinea pig owners also worry about microfiber shredding when it comes to the fleece liners. To avoid this, what you can do is actually use a big, large, unused pillowcase to put your fleece liners in when you put it into the washing machine, or Kavee do a laundry bag that you can purchase where essentially you put all your fleece liners in, put it in a wash, and it will also help with any unwanted hay, any unwanted waste. If you try and clean it as much as you can beforehand, obviously, but any little bits that you can't get to, it won't block up your washing machine because it will stay in the pillowcase or the Kavee laundry bag. Fleece liners can also be washed at 30 degrees Celsius on an eco setting and can be a quick wash as well, so that's using less energy too. So unfortunately, wood shavings score the worst on this round, as it's difficult to find sustainably sourced but high quality and guinea pig safe wood shavings. But Sam, who's the winner? The truth is there isn't actually a perfect score on this round. Boo, trick round. However, reusable and washable bedding is much more eco-friendly than buying a bunch and having to transport it to landfill. Round number 3, the effect it has on your guinea pig's health and well-being. Nothing is more important than the health of your guinea pigs. So as parents, we want to make sure that what we're buying is healthy and safe. Thankfully, fleece liners are dust-free, and they also have the multi-layer thing like I mentioned before, so the top layer stays dry. Unsuitable fleece liners means that they don't actually have the absorbent quickness to it, so it doesn't actually absorb fast, so the top layer does stay wet, which will then make it dirty, which then makes it worse. So make sure if you are using fleece liners, if you're thinking about buying fleece liners, that you are going for ones that are smart, are quick, and won't be a danger to your guinea pigs. Like Kavee's ones. Be careful using wood shavings that are derived from pine or cedar, as they have unwanted chemicals added in there. Untreated pine and cedar can cause respiratory issues for your guinea pigs, so avoid. Like I said, aspen is the best. Making sure as well that only kiln-dried treatment is the ones that you buy, because that treatment actually kills off these toxins. Low quality shavings means that there's going to be leftover huge bits inside, so bigger bits that unfortunately will be quite sharp and be quite hard, and could cause issues to your guinea pigs as well. So just making sure that you're looking out for the highest quality, making sure that it's dust extracted, and definitely making sure that it's kiln dried. As long as it says safe for guinea pigs, you can use it. There is also a risk that some wood shavings contain fungal spores. This is especially if you bulk buy your wood shavings and you leave them outside or something. This can actually be really quite bad for your guinea pigs, obviously, so try and not leave them outside anywhere, like in outhouses or outdoor sheds or something. When it comes to paper bedding, reputable brands have extracted the dust, they've extracted any other chemicals that are inside there, so you know who you can trust with from that. Just make sure that the ones that you are buying from don't have any added dyes, any added chemicals, or anything along those lines, because it could cause harm. And it can be quite tricky to check if they have like any dyes or anything in them, so just make sure you're doing your research first. You don't want to risk anything. Many litter pellets are hard and can cause irritation to your guinea pig's feet. It's also quite hard to find ones that are marketed guinea pig safe. Because of the chemicals they put in to reduce odour, guinea pig pellets get a thumbs down on this round, just because you don't know the chemicals that have gone into it. You don't want to cause your guinea pig any harm. So I feel like these ones are the ones with the most amount of harm. Round 4 is storage, keeping your cage area clean. Once you've picked your bedding, don't forget you're going to need somewhere to store it. If you're short of space or you hate clutter, this could cause quite a headache for you of thinking, where am I going to put all these things? Why is the cage always messy? Why are these things happening to my guinea pig cage when I just want to cuddle my guinea pigs, but all I keep thinking about is the mess? It makes more sense to bulk buy. A lot of the times people will say, buy this bag of wood shavings and this one is half price or something. So you're like, great, amazing, I'm gonna buy all this bulk buy. Saves me some extra pennies, done. Who wouldn't? Then you get home and you're like, where do I put these? With that in mind, fleece liners can be rolled up and stored next to the cage. And I know that you can just put wood shavings, paper beddings, anything just next to the cage. I know you can. But if they're half open, if things fall out, you're constantly hoovering, mess. Another thing that you can actually do for helping, this gives a point to all of them to be fair, if you have a stand on your C&C cage, you can notice that there are like gaps under the stand where you can actually put things. Kavee actually sell storage cubes that you can put underneath. So if you have those, you can put your fleece liners, your wood shavings, your paper bedding, your litter pallets in there. And it will all kind of just be one area for your guinea pigs that look really smart and really tidy. But for an extra point, if you get those storage cubes, you can get matching fleece liners. Oh, fleece liners do it again. Beautiful. So round 4 winner has to go to fleece liners. So that takes us to our overall winner. Now that our 4 rounds have done, who is the overall winner, Sam? Please, anticipation is killing us. Drum roll, please. Fleece Liners! Soft, eco-friendly, cost-effective, warm, safe for your guinea pigs. No more needs to be said. It's no wonder they've won. Here at Kavee, we genuinely believe that C&C Cages and Fleece Liners are the best pair combo for your guinea pig's perfect house. C&C Cages are super easy to move, modify, whatever you want to do with them. It keeps things easier for you. They're bigger for your guinea pig. The most space you can give them, please do. And Fleece Liners being easy to clean, better for the environment, cost effective and safe for your guinea pigs is just the perfect combo. I'll go into more detail on cages, sizes, fleece liners, the laundry bag, anything Kavee related, we've got it on here. So do check those videos out if you are interested. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you had as much fun as I did, watching the battle. Like I said before, this video is based on a blog post. If you do want to check that out, our website and our shop is in the description box is in the description box below. Oh God. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a lovely day. Bye.